What's up guys, this is Dan and welcome to Hook On. Today we're going to be working on, alright, great way to start a video, right? Battery dies. Anyways, like I said, I was trying to look for a, kayak, canoe, Navi light for the stern, for the back. I think that's what it's called, stern, right? Yeah, so we're right, it is the stern light. Anyways, so yeah, I saw a couple, right? I decided based on what I saw and the things that I really didn't like, that I was going to go for trying to do my own. And most of the things that I had to end up buying, this wasn't going to be the only project that I was going to do with them and with the stuff that I was going to have left over. So it didn't really bother me to like slowly buy all these things from Amazon, which I will try to go back to and get those links and put them on the bottom of this video in the description. So that way you guys can have access to most of the things that I have, because then I also had things laying around like these lights. Some of these. Anyways, I'll go into further detail about what I have here. The concept of this light is going to be the PVC light, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen several kinds out there. I decided to put my own little twist to it, not necessarily saying that it's going to be better, but it's going to be the way that I want it, and I like it. Basically, I have 3/4 inch PVC schedule 40 for the bottom part of the stern light, and then I have this CPVC to PVC reducer. So it takes the 3/4 inch PVC schedule 40 on the bottom of it. So anyways, it goes like that, and then this is CPVC. They're both 3/4, and this one is gonna go on the top. So you end up with something like this. On this top part, this is actually the cap to an Armor All bottle. Yeah, this is gonna work perfect. It goes right on the top. You know, it's gonna be a little snug, and it barely sits, but I think that's gonna work perfect with me and what I have planned on doing. This coupling right here, this is a CPVC coupling, and one of them is going to go in the top, and about 1 foot down I'm going to make a cut and put the next one there. I'm going to have my Navi light on top, and then maybe 1 foot or maybe even less than 1 foot. I don't think I need it to be that big. I'm going to wrap around LED strip, maybe about 8 to 6 inches depending. As I'm wrapping it, I'll see where or how much of it I feel like I truly need. Maybe I'll go 1 foot, not sure yet. And these are still pretty bright because they're LEDs. I mean, you guys really don't have to get exactly these lights, but just in case you guys were wondering, this is just like awesome, right? Perfect glare. There you go. See that? And here's the info. To connect those lights, I got this connection here from O'Reilly's. I mean, obviously you can go to AutoZone, whatever is in your area, Advanced Auto Parts, I don't know, Napa. I'm sure they'll have it. It's a little socket that holds this style of lights. You see that bottom part? So yeah, here's what I have. Big old roll of wire, electrical wire. There's, I think it's just red and black in here. Yeah. And then I have my white LED strip. Some strips that they sell out there are white. I wanted it black because I'm gonna end up painting this black, and I would feel a lot better if it was black. It's just preference, of course. Whatever lights work for you, and if you don't care, then you can go ahead and pick whatever you want. Then I went with some shrink wrap because, I mean, this is still, it's a little bit of money, and I want the protection. I will end up putting this shrink wrap over the whole thing on the top, or maybe even the whole pole, I'm not sure. Maybe not. Maybe just on the part that where the light's gonna be, the Navi light on top, all the way to the end of wherever the LED strip is gonna be. And I think that will be more than enough. This is pretty thick stuff, and it's supposed to shrink down 3 times its size. So keep your fingers crossed on that. I have no idea how to buy shrink wrap. but there it is. Obviously we're going to be doing some electrical work here, so I got a little box of shrink wraps, all different sizes, just in case whatever I'm going to need. These are the ones that have a little glue inside it, so it's just for extra protection, that way it doesn't slip around, no water gets in there. We are going to be, you know, in the water with this stuff. Well, I mean, not necessarily like submerged, but we're going to be around water and we don't want to get shocked. So this is what I got to paint with. It's a Rust-Oleum semi-gloss, and I just got some glue. This is it's just clear. If I decide not to glue it, then, you know, I'm not gonna worry about any of that. But these fittings, like once they're on there, they're actually pretty snug, to be honest. Like, see right there, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, I think I might have gotten it stuck already. Yeah, that's pretty much. That might be just it, actually. If for whatever reason the 3/4 couplings and the CPVC don't sit the same way, I probably will end up gluing those. Mainly what I was planning on gluing anyways was from this coupling up. On the inside of this, for the electrical part, we have this, right? So negative, positive. So what I was thinking about doing was, I want to be able to turn off my Navi light from my LED strip light, just because of the fact that I know that the LEDs are gonna be bright. So I don't necessarily want, you know, a lot of light around me constantly. Maybe when I pull a fish out, if it's like early in the morning, or if I'm staying out a little late and I pull a fish out, I want to see what I'm doing, unhooking it, or, you know, even at that tying, or even just simply recording. I mean, everybody knows that GoPros don't have the best lighting, or not a lot of them. You know, you want to be having, you know, other accessories to them that might not be as waterproof as the rest of it. So I'm doing all of this just to be able to have enough light to be able to video, and then to be able to see. And then when I'm done with all of that and I just need my lapping light on, be able to shut it down. That is the idea in theory, and it should work. So anyways, enough talking. I think we could probably start getting to this. That way you guys can see it come together. I'm pretty excited myself. I have been waiting a while to get this project on, and obviously be able to share with you guys. Yeah, anyways, so let's get to it. All right guys, I'm back. Right now all I am trying to do is get the depth to that step inside there. You guys see it? That's where the PVC stops. Now I can just square this out, make a little line, and I know that that's where that ends. Now I need to know the thickness of this cap. It's 2/16. All right. Got my trusty old PVC cutters here. But you guys want to make sure that you guys are holding this pretty straight. Disclaimer, don't do any of what I'm doing in this video on your own. Do it at your own risk. If you guys are minors, please have your parents help you. There's a lot of stuff here that can obviously hurt you. This is very sharp. Glue is, you know, is bad for you if you get it on your skin, on your eyes, so forth. Yeah, so just, if you're a minor, please have a parent help you or someone before you decide to attempt any of this on your own. So there's that. He's never cut, you know, truly straight, so, but we're pretty close. We are in. So that's that. And then let's try to put on this side in. We are in. Let's put our cap. Oh wow, guys. That is awesome. Look how well that looks. That just sat there perfect. That's gonna work out so well. I am already loving the way that that looks. Now to figure out if we want a lot or a little. I'm going to have to kind of like test wrap this. Now these LED lights are 100% waterproof. I'll put the links to Amazon where I got these from. Obviously I'm not sponsored, I wish I was. I mean, honestly, I don't know much about LED lights or anything like this, but to me this seemed pretty good. And it's I think it's about 16 feet of this, so that's awesome. And how far down I've gone with that, but that looks pretty cool. Put that cap down there until we glue it. Let's get a little measurement and see how far down we've gone. We're not even at 8 inches yet. I think 8 inches might look pretty cool. If I just do 8 inches actually. Might just be enough if I do 8 inches. I think this is about like half an inch, so I think between 2 wraps that's pretty much an inch. Could be wrong, but let's see how much we've gone right there. That's 8.5 inches. So yeah, I went half an inch over 8, which is 1 turn. That looks pretty cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my cut somewhere around here. Yeah, to me I think that's gonna be way more than enough. Each one of these has its own little like spot where you need to cut it. So yeah, I'm just gonna go a little bit back. Even if it's not like a true 8 inches, I'm okay with that. It might be shy a quarter, half an inch, which is completely okay with me. I'm gonna mark this so that I can let it go, but I'll know exactly where I'm at. And voila, I've successfully cut a few inches off of this. Yeah, I'm not concerned, guys. See, that was the end right here of the cable, and then I have the connector over here. I'm not concerned with that. So as a matter of fact, I think I would rather have this piece because I'm gonna cut the connection off and use this to go into a little hole that I'm gonna drill. So I'm okay with that. These are cool white LED strips. Black FCB, DC 12 volt 3 amp, IP65. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Now, at this point, I'm gonna wrap it again because I'm gonna mark where I'm going to cut this pipe. I'm gonna try to do this the best of my ability. Take my time, do it right. That's already looking so good. I need to make a little mark where this ends because that's where I need my coupling to end. Got our light that way. So now, we need to find the depth of our coupling. Now I'm gonna do the same thing because that's where I need to cut anyways. So I cut there and I should end up right at my dot because where the second dot is, that's where it stops. And also in theory this should be a little bit longer because all these couplings are adding a little bit more space to it. So it'll be 40 inches and a quarter or something. Right at the dot, guys. That's what the top part of the Navi light is gonna look like so far. Now we connect the other half to it again. Do a nice little tap. This thickness of these couplings should match right around the same thickness of the LED strip. You see that? They're kind of like flush. That I did kind of on purpose because once I put my wrap around this, I think I'm gonna start my wrap from the top part of this coupling to the bottom part of this coupling only, and I'm gonna shrink that. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty permanent there. We're almost there, guys. And now this connects here and gonna look more like a Navi light. I think before I continue with the next part, I might end up having to paint this top part. And while I'm at it, I think I might end up just painting that bottom part. Right now what I'm doing is marking where my coupling goes in. I'm trying not to get paint on the bottom ends because I really want those two like just connect right. I think I'm gonna have to paint this now. Here goes the cap. I'm gonna put a little bit of tape down here. I'm not gonna glue any of this, but if for whatever reason later on I just feel that it might have been a better idea to do that, I can address it. I'm not worried about it. There it is, guys. Time for paint. Time for paint. What is up, guys? We are back. So we got these painted. Pretty cool. I like the way they came out. I remember last time I told you guys that they were not I mean, I got a little scratch here, but I don't know how I got that. It wasn't because they fell and banged up or anything. I think when I was feeding some wires to hold it up while I ended up scraping it. But other than that, I mean, if you really take a look at them, it looks really nice, you know? It's not high gloss, it's satin, but honestly, I couldn't have asked for better. So this is where I have gotten. I'll put these off to the side here. I know, if you guys are noticing, it's not the same clothes as in the other video, and that is because I painted these and I sat down here and I really looked at what I had. I was not 100%, you know, feeling too good about the way I was gonna do all of this. So I reconsidered a couple of the things that I had, and I went a different route with some of the stuff. For example, the wire on the first section of this video. Obviously, you guys are gonna see it all. You know, I keep talking about having this red and black, you know, wire. I ended up getting this 18 gauge marine wire right here that you guys are looking at. And yes, as you guys can see, I already did this little, I soldered the 3 wires. And the way that it's gonna work is like this, because I mean, you guys so far, if you've been watching, you know that I'm gonna have my main Navi light on top, and then on this section, I'm gonna have an LED strip that's gonna be you know, kind of almost like a deck light type of deal. There's another section to all of this that I haven't really gone into depth about, and it's how I am gonna be, all this is gonna work. I wanted my main Navi light to be separate from my LED light, and I'm gonna end up having a box with switches, and this, my trolling motor, you know, my Garmin, depth finder, all that's gonna be tied up to this little box. It's gonna have switches. It's a 5 gang or 6 gang, and what I want to be able to control everything like if I was on an actual boat and I'm just in my canoe. But I will have one switch that will turn on the light for the Navi, just to be, you know, normal. And if in case, you know, I need some extra light, flick the other switch and it will turn on the LED strip that's on here. In order to be able to do that while maintaining all of this 100% waterproof, or at least, you know, trying to. Nothing's ever 100% proof, you know, even though, like, for example, these LED strips are supposed to be 100% proof. I mean, everything wears down, you know. What I'm trying to do though is you know, prevent that wear and tear and try to prolong the life of all of this as much as possible. Obviously, when something gives out, you know, we'll have to take it apart and repair it somehow. But here we are. I ended up getting these 3-prong connectors. They're kind of like the ones that are in the back of the Garmin. I really like them. They tighten up like this, seal up, and that's your connection. If you disconnect it, you know, you pull it off, and if you guys can see, it's a 3-prong in there. You see that? So it's really cool. In the back side right here, I take it apart, the wire goes in here, and as you tighten it, it seals around the thickness of the sleeve of the cable that I'm using, and it turns the connections from the inside out, you know, waterproof. And then when you have this part, it also has a little cap right here, which is really neat. You know, you're not connected. You disconnect the main wires going to the switch box. I'm able to actually disconnect my Navi light, take it off, and store it. You know, I don't want to get banged up when I'm loading up my canoe onto the truck, or, you know, or when I get home. You know, I just want to take care of it. So I'm able to disconnect it, leave all my wires in my switch box on the canoe, disconnect this. So this is the part that goes at the very bottom, and this is what I'm gonna have I had thought about gluing it or putting a cap on the bottom. So yeah, that would go there like that. So what I'm gonna do for now is I need to cut this cable to length. And believe me guys, I'm going as we're doing this, I'm figuring it out myself. I don't have a 100% like layout of how I expect it to do all of this. So I'm gonna give myself a couple of inches here at the bottom part, just for in case I needed to do any repairs. I'm able to pull that section out just a bit. And then up here, I think I will do the same. I'll give myself a couple of inches of extra wire, and I think this is all we need running into the inside of it. You guys have no idea how nervous I am to like actually like chop this and then like it not be where I want it, but I think we're okay. That's that, guys. Okay guys, so I ran to the store real quick and I bought a few extra things that we needed. So as I was saying earlier, I had been planning on using this, which I think what I'm gonna end up doing is returning it though. I don't think I'm gonna go with this after all. Since I'm not gonna be gluing any of this, I think what I'm gonna end up doing, at least with this part, is I'll probably end up putting maybe some rivets or some temporary screws on this, tap them, you know what I'm saying, and put some screws on it, and and then I can just put a little bit of you know, marine silicone or something on it so that, you know, it's completely waterproof. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing because I don't want none of this glued. This is just way too bulky. I kind of don't like the way that looks, and if any of this gets, you know, a little bit scratched up when I'm trying to put this in, it won't really bother me. See, that's gonna be perfect. I might have just gotten it stuck already. I should have just waited. But anyways, yeah, that's what it's gonna be like. This is actually pretty cool though, because I thought I was gonna scratch it up by trying to hit it or even putting this in there. And as you can see, it didn't do nothing to it. So that's actually pretty cool. What we're gonna do is I am gonna have to sand this down, these letters, because I'm gonna need a flush seal. So I'm gonna look for a bit. Always put in a vise, channel lock, but never do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, guys. So see, now I'm left with just very little to sand. Try to sand it as flat as possible. So underneath, that's what I had. The brand, this little logo. And all you really want to do is just, that's it. I might hit it up there a little bit more just to get rid of that little bump, just to make it as even as possible. Try not to be too aggressive about it because I don't want to make it bigger than what it needs to. I'm trying to keep this as watertight as possible. Patience is a virtue, guys. Little by little. Oh, okay. Right there. Nug. I made a small indentation in the front, and I really did lower it down a lot in the back. So if it needs more, I already found exactly how it works. I'm gonna have to back it up a little bit because this thing has like a little O-ring. Perfect. When you tighten it, there it is. So far, it's so cool, guys. I'm gonna clean this up, hit it up with some alcohol, clean it, spray it, show you guys what it looks like after. What's up, guys? So on the last video that I was recording, I went outside to try to paint this, and the weather has changed here quite a bit. It's getting a little colder now, and things just don't want to dry the same way anymore. So sorry about that. Let me adjust you guys real quick, and on the last video I soldered my main wire to my connector, my 3-prong connector here. I painted it. Obviously, weather's changing, it's getting a little bit cooler. It's not as warm as it was, so this is taking quite a hot minute to dry. We need to feed our wire through our 3/4 inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe, and that's gonna connect there. Not right now though. And then we also need to feed it through our 1/2 inch. So I don't think I'm really gonna change the height at any given point, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. So far, this is what we have. We have our 3-prong connector there. The cap's gonna go in, and then this is the whole length of my Navi light. This is the style of light that I'm using. I know in some videos out there people use I think it's like the brake lights, or I don't know what it is, the reverse lights to a car, something like that. And it's an actual, it has the actual round small little light bulb deal on the bottom of it. I had these, and man, these are, I mean, they're bright. And it's so small, it's an LED, it's cold, I mean, it's not gonna create any heat. So I really liked it. Obviously, you guys do not have to go the same route, but for me, and in the way that I'm making this, it works. A lot of people are using, I think, like 1 or 1.25 on the bottom and 3/4 on top. To me, that's too thick. There has to be some weight reduction on using 3/4 and 3/4. This is awesome. Plus, I don't have to special order any of the couplings that I have here. Everything I can find on my local hardware. It makes it, you know, super cool, super easy. I mean, if it wouldn't have been for having to wait for the paint to dry, for this to dry, for that to dry, I mean, Jesus Christ, we could have probably been done with it. That 3M tape should help me hold it. Start with the shrinking process. And then what I'm gonna do, let it shrink a little bit, and then I'll grab my pliers, pinch the very tip of this, hold it for a little bit, and let it go. That's all I want. You guys can see, sealed. I can trim it back if I want, just a little bit. And now, I have to determine that I have my proportions right here. I honestly don't know if making this video this in depth, you know, showing you guys literally a step-by-step of everything that I'm doing is very crucial. But I don't know, I felt like maybe somebody might want such a video, you know, and you know, if I want to know how to do something, I really want to see it done. I'm very visual. So that's gone. Now I need to drill a small hole where I'm going to want this. What we need to do now, guys, is find this wire and slowly pull it through. Just like so. Voila. Boom. This next part though, we heat the 3M tape in the back of it. It will be so much easier to stick. At this point, I want to keep that inside part real taut and then just start wrapping this. We're gone. I don't know if there's any going back at this point. You guys just enjoy. And there it is, guys. So what I ended up doing was just making a little hole here, just like this. Slip right in there. Top is the same. And all this comes back together. So far, guys, we have this. Here comes the next part. So my light is supposed to be here. That's a really nice fit. So we put our light in and we start to push it in. Oh, there it goes. So I hope that wasn't too much. So put this back in there. Put our cap. Oh, guys, that might have just been perfect. Just a little bit. There it is. I'm gonna try something. Hopefully it helps me keep the shape that I want on this cap. That is super neat. Oh wow, that little bit of heat just really did help. I mean, this is looking just totally cool. I can really dig this. I think I might invert this, put it the way that I originally intended, like this. Obviously adding more wire for the reason that these wires are going to be coming down here, and I am quickly running out of space. Oh, I got plenty of space there. That's going to really work, guys. And I would be able to push these wires down, spiral it at the bottom, and stuff them on the 3/4 inch pipe instead of cramming it all up in my smaller CPVC 3/4 inch pipe. That would really work out. Look at that, guys, the wires are like right there. First, we need to add some wire to this. So right now we have this like that, and then we have this like that. Soldering it is just so much easier, or it seems, you know, to be. Also trying to make it as cost effective as possible. It wouldn't take as much solder, put it all back together and call it a day, than to go the other route. All I'm really trying to do is just make a strong connection as possible. I'm probably gonna make a lot of people upset that truly know how to do this. My bad. I don't. Well, great. Let me just get this charged a little bit. We'll continue. So, this thing finally charged. Get it nice and get it nice and tight. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide another one over it. And slide this right over it. And we are 100% sealed in there. Had a little squeeze out, so I'm happy with that. There it is, guys. Now this will go up because that's going down. Then this part will slide up there as well. Now we're at the top part of this. 2 down, 1 to go, guys. Just start pushing all this back in. Oh, this is gonna be interesting, guys. Guys, this is so cool. So there you have it. My Navi light. I have an actual deck light / stern light waterproof connection there. This is gonna be the other section of it. Screws on, it's tight. My wire is gonna come up from there and go and connect to my switch box. Here it is, guys. Oh, the one thing that we are forgetting, let's do a little gluing, okay? So that part, permanent. Bottom section, make it permanent. That's that coming off. Now, this is the last part that's gonna go to this. I want to give myself a little bit of extra because I'm gonna let it go past the top, and hoping that as it shrinks, you know, it's gonna help with this lasting longer. As I get to the top, I'll just use a razor blade and cut that final section off. I'm kind of scared, guys, I'm not gonna lie, because it needs to shrink the way that I want it to. It says that it shrinks 3 times smaller than its original size, so I am really counting on that. you go, guys. Maybe a heat gun inside the house isn't the best thing, huh? Alright guys, so the shrink wrap, I liked the idea. I feel that the one that I might have gotten maybe is a little bit too thick and was slightly a little too big. But I am completely okay with it. This is the finished product. See how I have a little pockets of air, but it wouldn't shrink any more than that. Other than that though, I mean, it just feels tough. It feels good. It'll roll around and stuff and it's not gonna get damaged that easy, and that's really what I wanted. I wanted some protection. The lights are pretty bright. If for whatever reason I feel that I messed it up and I shouldn't have done this, I can remake it. I have extra PVC. I like the way I shrank this over the cap so that it holds it in, so the cap's not falling off. It's not gonna go nowhere. I mean, it shrunk a lot. This is exactly what we wanted. I'm happy with it. I don't think you can beat this at the store, to be honest, because you can't buy this. This is fully custom. You know, I'm really happy with it. I really am. Obviously, I got some touch-ups to do. I did notice I might end up having to glue this bottom part with the heat. I think these couplings kind of changed a little bit, but I'm okay with it, and I'm really happy with this. I really am. All right, guys. Well, the next video might be me making the box, the switch box, for this canoe, so that we can put it to the test. You know, I had waited so long, guys, to be able to make it. If you guys have any ideas that could have bettered this, please drop a comment. You know, share your ideas, what you thought I could have done better. You guys know better products. This is what came to my mind, and I felt, you know what, it's gonna work, and I went for it. If you guys have any better ideas, yeah, I'm all about bettering what I do. If you guys like this video, if you guys like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up, you know, drop a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm happy. Hope you guys liked it. Can't wait to go and try it.